It was a Boxing Day special at Dens Park, and it must have felt like TREVOR CARSON was in the boxing ring because he was facing shots from all different directions, but with no accuracy. His chin was untested until the second half, where he just decided he wanted to be a Celtic fan and hand them all 3 points with 3 savable goals.
He put balls on them, and he may as well lie down and let Celtic win.
Gift wrapped.
Gift wrapped. When Mikey Johnston scores 2 passes, you've seriously got to question your position as a goalkeeper. I've never rated TREVOR CARSON, but to be honest, I've never rated most of this Dundee team. I think they've got like one good player, and his name's Scott Tiffany. Where was he? Zach Rudden.
Kerr's pretty good. Cameron's alright.
Cammy Kerr. No, see Zach Rudden, he is Connor Salmon in disguise. It's the same guy, and prove me wrong. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Celtic are very boring to watch, let me add. Under Ange, it was almost a pleasure to watch them. Now, as much as I wanted them to be shite, and maybe this suits me them being shit.
Pleasure to, as a Rangers fan, it was a pleasure to watch Celtic win 5-6-0 every week.
I know it was.
What a ridiculous comment that is.
No, but you know what I mean. I think they're fucking shite. Yeah, they can brag about 38 shots today, but they had about 4 on target, and he let in 3 of them.
38 shots, the majority of them were from distance, blocked, you name it. What was clear-cut? Really, how many of those opportunities were clear-cut? Up until Celtic scored, there was 2 chances where I felt like they probably were going to take the lead. The Liam Scales header for the corner, and then Kyogo's run where he was through the middle of the defence and tried to dink it over CARSON, and he just narrowly put it wide of the post. Both of those chances were good and, were just wide. Other than that, though, all the other shots that they had, nothing came for it. They had a shitload of corners, but nothing came for it. And again, we see Celtic get to the break at 0-0. And that is something that you very rarely seen with Ange Postecoglou. I mean, it was very fucking rare that Celtic would be 0-0 at the break. It was very rare that Celtic wouldn't score in the first 20 minutes, to be honest, under Ange. They were always getting off the fast starts. But that's 3 games in a row now that we've seen Celtic be 0-0 at the break. And against a shite Hearts, the shitest Livy we've ever seen, and a Dundee team that ain't great.
Hold on, 0-0 at the break? Last time I checked, Hearts were 2-0 up at the break. So let's just reel that back in.
Alright, my point is Celtic hadn't scored in the first half, alright?
Alright, they hadn't scored the... Wait, did they score against Kelly?
Aye,
they did.
We're 1-0 up.
Here, they've won, right? All Celtic fans have got to care about is that they won, and they need it to win, because I think any drop points here, man, and I think it would have been absolute meltdown.
Alright, first goal, Bernardo. Very fucking lucky. Ball played through to him. He gets it. He manages to, tap the ball towards the goal. There is no power, there is no pace on this ball. This 100% should be a save for TREVOR CARSON. However,
he bleeds green.
It's almost like Bernardo, whatever his fucking name is.
Bernardi.
He double taps it. So his initial tap, he taps it again. It's like he toe pokes it twice, but with no power whatsoever. And the second touch just kind of changes the path of the ball, and it goes under TREVOR CARSON's legs at 1 mile per hour and trickles into the back of the net. Honestly, I mean, Chris Sutton can turn around and say Celtic deserved this goal. They deserved their luck. But this is a disgrace. This is one of the most flukiest goals I've ever seen. Very fortunate to take the lead. Now, were Celtic the better team up to this point? Yes. But like I said, outside the Scales and Kyogo chance, they really didn't create anything.
No, Celtic deserved the win. I'm not going to pretend they didn't. And I think Chris Sutton...
But just because you've been the better side, does that mean you deserve a massive slice of luck?
No, but I mean, if luck's going to appear, it deserves to go to the team, in my opinion, who have dominated. And they did. I mean, they dominated.
I think it deserves to go to the team that's playing Celtic.
Alright, well, hopefully... I mean, I wished for a Dundee goal. But they didn't come. I mean, in terms of their chances, Zach Rudden had a looping header. But I mean, again, Joe Hart made this look a lot better than what it was. And then we seen a ball whipped in, and I think it was, what's his name? I can't even remember. Bakayoko. He almost got on it, but he didn't, right? But I want to take a problem with Chris Sutton's comments. There was a potential handball shouting here. It hits off the Celtic arm, but it's not a penalty. I think it was in its side or whatever. It's in a natural position. He says, even for the horrendous, Scottish standards, that would have been something. This is the guy that defends the Scottish game, and here he is fucking blasting it.
We must be getting bad pointers here for Derek Adams.
And then when
I think it was just a dig. I think it was a dig at a penalty decision potentially being given against Celtic. He also made another joke about how the
Rangers had 20 corners against St Johnston last season. He went, "Are you sure it wasn't penalties?" I mean, come on.
I like Chris Sutton. And I like the banter, but I don't know if that's something he should be saying during the game. I think that's more suitable in the post-match interview.
Yes.
Or something like that, or on Twitter. I don't really know if during the actual game, when he should be showing professionalism and just a non-biased opinion, I don't know if that's really necessary. Running down the Scottish game for decisions and then making a joke about Rangers getting 20 penalties.
It was very Celtic heavy today. You've got McFadden, who, let's be real, is a Celtic man. Scott Brown is a Celtic man.
It's weird he never signed for Celtic, though, to be fair.
No, it is weird. Chris Sutton is a Celtic man. Ian Crocker is a Celtic man. They're all Celtic men.
No Dundee men there today?
No, there was definitely no Dundee there.
Should have got Charlie Adam in.
I should have got Charlie Adam in. He's a Rangers man as well. But I think the comments are ridiculous because Rangers have got the same amount of penalties as Celtic this season.
I thought Celtic had one more.
Well, there you go. One more, one less.
See, all it would have took was Chris Boyd to be there, and he would have just shut down Sutton and went, "Oh wait, don't use have more penalties this season."
Ian Crocker's fucking sucking Chris Sutton's nipples, man. So what is there to say? And also, it is the Celtic way to try and pretend there's a cartel and there's only one team at the table. Let's be real. See if there is a cartel. There's two teams at the table. And there's a cartel and there's only one team at the table.
There's a fucking old firm bias, and anyone that doesn't accept it is a liar. See, Celtic claim, right, that, the Huns, the Masons, it's the league's in favour of Rangers, blah, blah, blah. See if that was the case, Rangers would have the most awarded penalties and Celtic would have no penalties. See if the referees were all against Celtic and were all in favour of Rangers, the referees would find any opportunity to give the team that Celtic's playing a penalty. See if the referees were corrupt and they were all in favour of Rangers, Dundee would have got a penalty today for a handball, but they're not. It's an old firm bias, right? The old firm, Celtic and Rangers, they get the decisions, the other clubs don't. It's fucking clear and simple,
See if it was corrupt against Rangers, would Celtic have won the league with a phone call? Like Tony Soprano at a fucking payphone? I don't think so. They're eight and a half in a row. Was one over a phone call? See if it was truly corrupt towards Rangers, would that have happened?
They'd have been like, right, first place, second, winner takes all.
And before anyone goes, but it wasn't just Celtic that got the league, Hearts got relegated and all that. There's two teams at the table, and it's the old firm. Do you really think
everyone else is feeding it? Everyone else are like the dogs. They're underneath the table waiting for the scraps.
Do you think the SFA really sat there and thought, but if we give Celtic the league title,
we have to relegate Hearts?
No, it's just a simple case of we're giving Celtic the league table. They didn't give a fuck about relegating Hearts.
No,
they didn't, and this is kind of went off track. But here, Celtic had to do what they had to do.
Then Mikey Johnston comes on and he takes a shot for about just outside the box, maybe 23 yards out, and Trevor CARSON, what are you doing, son? He parries it into the net, and it's a shame because this killed the game off. Dundee didn't look like they were going to get anything, to be honest, but at 1-0 you've always got a chance. At 2-0 the game gets away from you. And then Mikey Johnston got a brace, and at this point you're thinking, hold on, Trevor, what are you doing here? Mikey Johnston, the guy that couldn't finish his dinner. Fucking Bobby Sands probably ate more than Mikey Johnston on the plate, and all of a sudden Mikey Johnston is scoring 2 goals against Trevor CARSON. Almost got a hat-trick as well, so I don't know, is Mikey Johnston going to get talked up again? Is he going to be getting another chance? Does this put him in contention to start against Rangers? I don't know. But what I do know is Celtic won 3-0 today. They weren't really tested by Dundee. A bit disappointed. I expected more for Dundee today. Defensively, I thought they were pretty good. I think you look at all the goals, I think Trevor CARSON could have done a hell of a lot better for them all. So yeah, I don't think Dundee were that bad defensively. Conceded 3 goals. I don't think that tells the full story. But yeah, going forward, a little bit toothless. Zach Rudden didn't do much. Bakayoko didn't do much. just wasn't that great for a Dundee perspective going forward. Whenever they got free kicks or whenever they got throw-ins, they never really tested Celtic for the dead balls either. So yeah,
I've watched only a couple of Dundee games this season, but I tell you what, man, every game I've watched them have been shite. And most likely the games have been against the Old Firm, but the performance reminded you of a team that's straight up. It doesn't make you think, here, that's a good Dundee team. It's straight up and doing things like mid-table. That just looks like a team that's drastically adrift at the bottom, the same way Livy did on Saturday.
The only difference is Dundee are actually doing things and Livy are drastically adrift at the bottom. So. Anyway, guys, there you go. That's your Celtic review. Look, good win for Celtic. End of the day, they dominated. They deserved the win, but I still don't really think they're that clinical going forward. And if TREVOR CARSON had a better game today, this could have been a 0-0.
And there was weird chants at the end. Up the IDF. Which was weird. I thought normally they say another free letter abbreviation, but here, up the IDF from the Celtic fans.
Up the 3 points. Celtic then go 5 clear of Rangers. Pressure on Rangers Zamora to try and win, bring the gap back down to 2. And then, of course, Saturday, it is the big one. Celtic versus Rangers.
Will you be there?
I'll be there, hopefully. Aye, probably not. Till next time, guys. Peace.